nafikiri ni kwa sababu kama scientists. Scientists, they don't have a lot of words. It's either you know or you don't. We don't gamble. Asante. Mimi leo nina furaha kubwa kwa hapa kwa sababu niko na daraja mbili kwa science. As much as I was a friend of summer sport, I'm still a friend of summer sport. I sit in the board of summer sport. Kwa hivyo nimewapatia kongole kubwa Mohamed and team on behalf of the board. I'm very happy. This is a very viable project and imetufanya tumekuwa kama summer sport. Kwa sababu tulianza kule Kwale County, tumekubea Kwale County, lakini naona tuna spread our wings. Not only administrative, but also in reaching out the bigger societies and bigger audience and bigger stakeholders. Tupige makofi jamani. Hiyo inaonyesha kama summer sport tunakuwa. Mohamed started with a very small team. Ukiona sai Kongo ana present bila represent, I'm very proud. I've seen her growing. And today I'm very happy to see you express yourself very confidently. When you articulate each slide and each initiative, kwamba anaelewa mradi na amebobea katika kazi. Sina kweli? Kwa hivyo kongole sana Kongo, najua kuna wenzako wengi hapa hawakuongea. I trust and I believe in summer sport. All of you will go far. For this project, nimeona the fact that I've been listening. Before that, nilivyosikia EmProtect. EmProtect class. Tunajiuliza na wenzangu kina Rose. Hii game inamaanisha nini? The EM. But tumesikia empowerment and protection of children towards sexual exploitation. But vile tukasikia kwa Rose, there was the EmProtect Plus is more than EmProtect. And from the explanation, from the presentation, we have seen that it's more than just ending the child sexual exploitation. CDA, it's more than just sexual exploitation. And with that, I think it's a very innovative initiative, and we are supporting as a board of directors of summer sport and supporting, and also as CDA, money on behalf of the fraternity and Coast Development Authority. I think we support this program, and that's why, despite everything, I say I must be here in person. I like the fact that it's all inclusivity in terms of the target groups and even the implementers. From the stakeholders of Yahapa and Malamo, we are including an all-inclusive approach in terms of projects, implementation, the way we are still like conceptualizing the idea and adding value to what we want to do. And it's actually adding value to the development agenda of the day. For that, I think it's a very viable project, and as a government, we are supporting because most of us here are government officers. In your way. I also commend the TDH. I was asking myself how is it pronounced? And with Benji yesterday, we were like, is it Tereles Commerce or Tereles Homes? But I at least the escape pronounced. And Mohammed was just going to TDH. So I'm going to call it TDH. It's easier. Yeah. It is a very noble idea. I've been participating in initiatives before that is targeting the transport corridor. And we now a child. Because most of the time we think of adults and how it is impacting this transport story, how it is impacting the socio-economic development, whether positive or negative. But hardly do we look at the children. But today I've witnessed a different angle on how Kenyans and other partners are looking at the impact of this transport corridor. And with that, I think it's a plus to our society and to those who are affected with a positive or negative. Sababu nimesema siongee sana the energy levels at all. Allow me now to talk as managing director cost development authority. Nimemaliza ule upande mwingine. I have a written speech and allow me. I would like to recognize the representative of CDA, the service team, all the government officers who are here, the civil societies present, the community leaders that are here, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. Good afternoon. It is a privilege to join you today as we launch the EmProtect Plus project, a timely initiative that reminds us that true development is measured not only by the infrastructure we build, but by the life we protect, the dignity we deserve, the opportunity we create for our children. I don't need to introduce myself again, you all know me, but at Coast Development Authority, our mission goes beyond implementing development projects. We believe that development succeeds when every child can learn without fear, every young person can dream without limitation, and every community becomes a safe place to grow and thrive. Today, we can congratulate Summer Sport as we celebrate a shared commitment of ensuring that children are protected from exploitation, abuse, and every form of violence that threatens their future. Allow me to commend Summer Sport Youth Trust, the TPH Netherlands, for bringing together government institutions, civil society organizations, communities under one common purpose, that is protecting our children. Protecting children is not only the responsibility of one institution. It is a collective responsibility that calls for collaboration, courage, consistency, for sustainability of the intervention. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, the coast region is rich in potential. One greatest resource is not found on our oceans, fertile lands we have, or natural wealth. It is found in our young people. Therefore, investing in them is very paramount. Investing in their safety, education, well-being is the most sustainable investment we can ever make here in our coast region. At Coast Development Authority, we have witnessed our empowering young people transform communities through our community development intervention, education support initiatives, and a youth mentorship program. We collaborated with Summer Sport, through which we have seen confidence replace hopelessness. Confidence replace self-esteem replace self-doubt. Leadership replace vulnerability, and opportunity replace despair. However, we also recognize that progress can only be sustained when children are protected from exploitation and harmful influences. That is why initiatives Initiatives such as EmProtect Plus complement our mission of building resilience, inclusivity, and prosperous communities. Na hizo ndio dadangu pale alikuwa anaongelea. We ensure that this project include the people or children living with disability, including their carers. It should be a special attention. I encourage parents, teachers, religious leaders, community members, and other government agencies to become active partners in this journey that we have begun today. Child protection should not begin with a crisis when a crisis occurs. Child protection should not begin when a crisis occurs. You see, yeah? It should begin in our homes, neighborhoods, schools, and places of worship through open conversation, vigilance, and positive role modeling. Effective child protection builds on existing capacities and strengthens local and government preparedness before a crisis occurs. To our young people, I know there are young people here today, and even if they are not here, we are parents, we have young people where we go and where we work. So, to our young people who are present today, allow me to say this. Your future is not defined by your circumstances, but by your potential. Your dreams matters. Your dream matters. No, my dreams here. What you dream matters. I dreamt and I have become. Your voice matters. Never allow anyone to make you believe otherwise. There are people and institutions committed to work with you as you pursue your aspirations safely and confidently. And that's why we are all here as organizations working towards this journey. As Coast Development Authority, I reaffirm our commitment to working with organizations that promote youth empowerment, social and economic transformation, and community resilience. Partnerships such as this demonstrate that lasting change is achieved when institutions combine their strengths